Hey, it's MK, and today we are doing a special hop for Sonia Rivera. It is a memorial hop. She has recently passed away and left our wonderful scrappy group. I am combining this with the Paw Hop as well as Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And this sketch is by Sarah Christensen. So for our memorial hop, we have decided to use the things that Sonia loves, and she loves color as well as stenciling and dies and punches. So I pulled out these hexagon dies that I die cut a while back, but I'm going to use them on my layout and for my layout. I also pulled out this die set by Close to My Heart that I'm only going to use one die from it, but I did pull it out. And then I'm going to use these rose thickers. And then this Minte pattern from the Life Stories. I'm going to use this green, it looks almost like a trunk page. That is going to be my background, and then the dies will be cut on the green cardstock. And then for the rest of my layout, I'm going to use this Day by Day, again by Minte, and it is from 2020, so I'm not sure if it is still available. The Life Stories is also from 2020. I bought them at the exact same time, and I kind of mixed the collection to go with each other. So I did not buy the whole collection. I just bought a few papers here and there. So the cardstock from Close to My Heart is double-sided, and I've noticed that Stampin' Up! Is starting to bring that cardstock in. And so I love the double-sided cardstock, you guys. I like having the two options of the two different colors all on one sheet, especially when I am die cutting, because it makes layering a breeze. Because I don't have to guess at what colors blend well together. So I'm just going to use this one leaf set here, and I don't understand what I'm doing. I'm concentrating way too hard. I think what I was doing was trying to figure out how all of those dies go together by looking at the picture. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go ahead and cut my cardstock down to 3 inches, because that's roughly the platform. I think my platform is actually 3 1/4. But I cut everything down to 3 inches, and then I'm going to run my dies through my little small die cut machine, and until I run out of paper. I don't need that many, but it's always nice to have dies. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my largest hexagon, and I'm going to draw out 2 of these two more hexagons. So that way I have 2 floral large hexagons, and then the other one is the one that I'm using to trace is going to actually be on my layout as well. And then I'm going to take this medium hexagon and trace out a third, but I wanted it to be a little on the smaller side as opposed to the same size that is in the sketch. So I just wanted a little bit of a different variation on my sizes. And then I'm going to trim out little Roscoe here. He's going to be put on top of this mixed media framed die. And the first one I was thinking, do I want it smaller? Do I want it bigger? But I definitely wanted it bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and just use I'm going to scratch the surface of my picture with my pencil. I'm not actually drawing a line across. I'm using the metal part of my pencil to scratch the surface. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim it out. And of course, I didn't remember that it's not going to fit. Like I'm going to have that white border, and I thought, what am I going to do? So I trimmed it down. As you can see, all my little scraps I've got going on there. I trimmed it down so that way it fits snugly inside my stitched portion of these hexagons. I know you can't really see that they're stitched because I didn't get it up close and personal, but these are stitched hexagon dies. I believe they are from, oh golly, you guys, I don't remember. I'd hate to tell you guys, but the wrong thing. They could be from Lawn Fawn, or they could be from Close to My Heart. I don't really remember, because Lawn Fawns are usually already assembled together. Like you have to trim them apart in order to get all of the dies, and mine are separated. So I'm leaning more towards that they were Close to My Heart dies than anything else, but Now I don't remember. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? All right, so I've got my little Roscoe already mounted to my hexagon, or at least I think he's mounted to the hexagon. And then I've got my 3 floral hexagons that I'm going to put around Roscoe. Nope, he's not attached to the hexagon. Because it is a stitched die, I can't use my embossing, or I can't use my edge distressor because it'll just rip, because basically the stitched portion is a perforated portion. And so if I used my tool, it goes too deep and it'll end up just ripping into the stitches and you don't get that cool effect. But I do get to use the edge distressor all along the other edges for, just my distressed look that I like. And then of course it also hides any imperfections should you need any cover up or anything like that. So I know I hand cut everything, and when I hand cut, I can't keep scissors straight to save my life. So the edge distressing saves me a lot. All right, so on my green cardstock, I kind of tested to see whether or not I was going to be able to see this light pink on top of a dark cardstock. I picked the oxide because it is supposed to be able to be seen on dark cardstock, and I wasn't really sure how it would look on this particular print. I didn't know, and I was just like, well, I want it to be very subtle. I want it to be in the background, but I don't want it to be noticeable. And so it ended up being perfect. It ended up being exactly what I was looking for when it came to the stenciling that I was looking for. So it worked out beautifully. And then I decided I want all of my stuff popped up because I thought, oh my gosh, this will give it such a great 3D look if I have, my trunk in the background and then my stencil and then all of these like floating off the page. So of course that's what I'm going to end up doing, is popping all of my hexagons up and then putting all these leaves, which again, I don't use all of them, but I'm going to end up using all of these leaves in the background. So I'm going to hold my picture in place. Of course, I didn't get it perfect, but I'm going to hold it in place with just this very low tack tape while I glue it down. Does that make sense? So the glue was going to be a very fine line, and I did not want the picture to move, so I was going to hold it in place with the tape and then glue it down. And of course, I ended up just doing both. And the tape is there in case the glue seeps out. And then that way I have a chance to move it around my layout before. But of course, it was probably not even needed. I don't know. Oh, look, it's popcorn time. I'm sorry. For those of you that don't know, I'm addicted to popcorn, and every now and then I love to put different kinds of chips in it. And I like to take the chips and roll the popcorn in it, so all that powder that was on the chips gets transferred into the butter of the popcorn. Oh my stars, it tastes so good, depending on the flavor. I like to change my flavors up quite often because there's not one flavor that rules them all. I just get in the mood for different types of flavors. All right, now that you guys know too much about me, but I am a popcorn addict, I apologize. So here is the bare bones of my layout. And then I wanted to bring in a little bit more of that brown from the first hexagon. So I brought in these little guys, which is the center of all of these hexagons if you stacked them all together. And they were already popped up from a previous project. So that is where I got my dimensional idea, is whether or not I wanted just those 3 hexagons popped up or all of the hexagons. And so I decided I wanted all of them. All right. And because of my little white border hanging out over on Roscoe's right, I do have to come up with a different way to cover it up and hide that little white border left over from. For some reason, you guys, I will go into my print program. I have a Epson 400 and I will click borderless, but for some reason it still puts a border. And I just have not had the patience to go in there and figure out what's it doing, right? So I opted not, it is what it is type of thing, right? I'm just move on. It's just a photo. And so far it doesn't bother me, but I need to take the time and figure out why it's doing that and not coming out borderless. So, and in fact, I printed a couple photos a couple days ago that were way smaller than I wanted because they came out with a border. And I was like, what is going on? I clicked borderless. So yes, I do need to go in there. There's another setting that I have to click. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the page ratio or something. I don't know, picture ratio. All right. And in the sketch, Sarah has put in these lovely flowers on top of the hexagon clusters. And then the photo was going to be right in the middle. So that is where I got my floral print from. And then I decided to have these leaves in and around and kind of hanging out and peeking out like they're overgrown from the floral print, right? That's where I was going. This is the closest cardstock I had. My cardstock is dwindling. I'm a snob when it comes to cardstock. I have been shopping with Close to My Heart. I think they had a 35-year anniversary. A couple months ago or a couple years ago. So I want to say, what did they have? 40 years by the time that they closed. And I've been shopping with them since 97. That's how long I've been shopping with Close to My Heart. And I have not liked anybody else's cardstock compared to theirs. It's a snobby thing. I apologize. So yes, I love the way that it cuts, machine wise, all the machines. It's a versatile one for all the machines, like the electronic machines, the manual machines, all of them. Whereas I feel like with everybody else's, I have to use this kind of cardstock for this machine, this kind of cardstock for that machine, and all these different cardstocks. And I don't want that. I just want a universal cardstock, one ring to rule them all type of thing. So anyways, I just, the more that I thought about it, the more it's like, this is, I know it's expensive and this is the cardstock I want to purchase. And so I am very excited to get my first pack of cardstock from Stampin' Up! I ordered it just a couple days ago, so I'm super excited to see how it compares. I ordered a multi-pack, so that way I only have a little bit of a couple colors. That way if I don't like it, I didn't want to go all out and just order like a brown, right? A whole pack of brown, and now I'm stuck with all this brown that I don't like. So I ordered a multi-pack and thought I'm going to give it a fair try. And I'm super excited because it is the two-tone. So I'm hoping it's Close to My Heart's formula, but we will see. I'll keep a smile on my face, but I am running out of cardstock, and this is the closest cardstock that I could find to all of my prints. And I think it's nice. I think it looks great. I love the fact that I have my two-tone and just flip the leaves over and ended up with both of these colors. All right, to finish off this layout, now that I've got everything all tucked in and popping up, and I love how the hexagons are peeking out, especially the little guys. And I'm just going to put the word wait. Because Roscoe is a funny puppy, and I call him a puppy. He's 11 years old, but he is still my puppy. And I'm going to add this little word that says the wait. Because when we do laundry, and I say we because he is right on top of my heels to do laundry, and when he does laundry, he sits upstairs and waits for the washer to beep, and then he will come in to my office and let me know that my laundry is done. Like, woman, this thing has been beeping. You gotta come finish it. Like, he's my alarm clock. It's adorable. And so when I leave him upstairs, like I will change out laundry and leave him upstairs, this is the look he gives me. Like, you can't just stay up here with me. So it is just cute and adorable, and I love how he does that for me. I don't know when he started doing it. It's been a while. And he's always done it. Every time the washer or dryer goes off, he comes into my craft room and lets me know, like he has to let me know he has to go outside. It's just, It's just great. All right, last thing I'm going to do for this layout is add a little bit of gold splatter all over. I felt like that was a good touch, and I love this gold on the green leaves. Like, it is gorgeous. So that is my layout for today. And my cute little puppy Roscoe, oh my gosh, he's just adorable. And the older he gets, the more set in his ways and the more adorable he gets. All right, you guys, again, I just wanted to remind you that this is a memorial hop for our dear sweet Sonia. And she just loved color. She loved her die cuts, and there's so many things. She loved her family. She loved her grandkids. She just was a very loving person. So anyways, if you guys don't mind checking out all of the other links down below, we would be very much appreciated to share the love of missing our sweet friend. Also, too, I've got a couple other, not playlists, but links down below for the other hops that I am doing as well. But I just wanted to spend these last few minutes, sharing our love of Sonia and how much she will be missed. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will check y'all later. Bye.